So they're installing some kind of new cable line outside of my house, and they have like equipment parked in my yard. And I know it's like eminent domain and they have contracts with the government. They can do whatever they want, I guess. But like, I would have appreciated like a, hey, we're gonna put a backhoe in your yard for a little bit this morning while we, and what they're doing is actual improvement. Like they're bringing us more like fiber optic cable internet and an option for a company that isn't Comcast, which has been the only option forever here. So like, I'm not mad that they're doing the work, but I would have appreciated a, hey, we're gonna have large equipment in your front yard and dig holes on this day, even if that was tomorrow. Anyway, welcome back to the channel. My name's Tom, full-time eBay reseller and full-time stay-at-home dad for 6 kids. And I have a bunch of orders. I didn't really prep anything to tell you. So I'm gonna go to the computer and we'll get this party started. All right, so we have 18 items for $440 going out of here. And I want to make a point about something. I screwed up, so don't think that I think I did a good job. But I think it makes an interesting point. These are cool, right? And they, for anybody my age, they're nostalgic. They say Disney Channel and have the cool old Mickey stripes Disney Channel logo. And it's Ariel, Sebastian, Flounder, and Scuttle. And they are really neat. And I paid $1 for them all at a garage sale. The very first buy we made at the sale at Spoon River Drive. Those are the first purchase that I made at Spoon River Drive. Now, there are like, I'll put the listing up. I think at the time of filming, there were 150 listed and 0 sold. 0 sold in the last 90 days. And tons listed. So had I comped them out in the woods at that yard sale, I would have not picked them up. Even I probably would have picked them up and given them to Evelyn because they're neat. They're very cool. And she loves The Little Mermaid. But the point is that they sold in minutes for $12 free shipping. And I'll get them in an 8x4x6 box with the handles all turned in and plenty of bubble wrap. They're plastic. They are not ceramic. They're plastic. And so the point is this, that things sell at a point where they are a good value. Is that worth selling for me? Maybe not. But the idea that there are 100 people who have that item listed too high, I sold mine minutes, folks. Minutes. I listed them and then came out here and made that video, and they sold, let's see. Start time was, this says 6:50 a.m. Right now it is 10 minutes to 11, and this would have been 10 minutes to 9. So 2 hours. Those were listed for 2 hours. And in the last 90 days, no one has sold any. I listed mine low enough that they sold immediately. And I'm not proud of, woohoo, look at me, I made a $12 sale. I want to make the point that pricing things high makes them not sell. And if you price something low, even something that has 0 sold over 90 days, it can sell. So pricing things high and hoping someone comes along, I think is only good for people with unlimited storage and who don't really need the money all that badly. Now, I'm not going to make much. I'll put it up here because I'm about to print the shipping label. This is how much I made. I spent $1 and I made this much money. But with it's just I was, when that sale came through, I was astounded. I'm like, none forever. Anyway, yeah, there is a point at which things get cheap enough that they will sell, whether they're a sales record of them or not. And there is a high point at which it will never sell. And you need to be somewhere in the middle of there but the higher you go, the longer it takes to sell. First things first, this is a vintage-ish 2003, so technically vintage, but Pink Floyd The Wall, it's not like original, and it is a small, cool shirt. I think I paid $15 for it, and it sold for $20 plus shipping. I overpaid for it, and that's the long and short of it. I was buying a lot of band shirts, and I made a lot of money because I also paid $15 for a Pantera shirt that sold for over $100. And so they weren't all great buys, but we made it work. So that is sale numero uno. This I got on Whatnot, sold for $15 plus shipping eventually. Took a long time to sell. It has a stain on it that I'm almost positive is not on it in the pictures. What happened to you? So I'm gonna have to take this in and wash it before I ship it, but the label is printed, so I'm gonna put a label on this, take it inside with me. Flashlight, I paid 50 cents for this flashlight at a yard sale. It says US, and so I assumed it was military, but the company that it's from, Permissible Electric Flashlights, seems to be mining related. Anyway, I paid $5 for it. It works. It's neat, and it sold for $17 free shipping. Dang it, I got into a rhythm and totally forgot to show you this Tasmanian Devil game. The very first item, nope, the second item, maybe the third item we picked up from the Crazy Retro Everything. We bought a truckload sale. We bought 3 things off the first blanket we walked up to. Everything was on that blanket was buy 2 get 1 free, $5 a piece. So I spent $5 or 10 divided by like $3.33. Sold for $15 plus shipping. That was low of the comps on sealed ones, but mine was super faded and nobody else's was really faded, so I went ahead and priced it low. Next we have these Cabbie Patch. Everything's $1 sale. Of course, Evelyn wanted to keep them. She cannot keep every toy I buy to resell, despite her desire to. So I paid $3. Buyer paid $12.40 plus priority shipping. So I'm going to send these out priority because that's what they paid for. I am just getting in the groove and not showing things. 4 spark plugs. Not much to see. Buyer paid $13.38 plus shipping, all in at $20. I made money on these spark plugs a long time ago. I don't even know what I have into them, really. Not anymore. Uh-oh. These names don't match. So this is that dude. Ring doorbell. We bought this for the old house to replace the one that was on it. No, we didn't. We bought it when we left the old house to put on this house, and then we decided to go a different direction. So we had this sitting around for like a year, and I ended up selling it. They sell for like $70, and I ended up listing it for $56, and it sold in a couple of days. Briar horse bought for earthquake. Oh, I bumped the camera stand. So bought for $3 at a yard sale, sold for $20 free shipping, $18.39 free shipping. Briar horses do fairly well. This is going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt to ship because they can be fragile. I mean, if this thing, it doesn't have any flex, so if it gets touched in shipping, it's gonna snap a piece off. So you kind of have to be careful with those. This sweatshirt I picked up at a thrift store. Galt sand is not something I'd heard of until this year. They're vintage sweatshirts. I found some pretty cool prints, and they've all sold. American Sportsman, and then it's like a map of where these geese and ducks migrate. Like if you get really close, you can see the little ducks, and they're like, so this is a map of migration patterns. Sold for $24. I paid $3 at thrift. Sold for $24 free shipping, and she'll go in a legal flat rate envelope. Paid $2 for this at a yard sale. It is a bobblehead, but the box is pretty crushed. And it's written on the bottom, but it's like Peoria Red Wings, which was the like League of Their Own ladies baseball.
Because there's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in baseball. No crying.
World War II era. This I had a couple months. Sold for $24 free shipping. Pretty cool thing though. More strategy guides I paid 40 cents a piece for. Sold for $12.99 plus shipping. This is a good one, but this one's damaged, and I had two, so I just put it in this lot to help move this lot. And this one's okay, but it's damaged too. Oh yeah, like it's torn. So put them together, $12 plus shipping, and they sold in a couple weeks. These I've had forever. I don't even know where I got them. They were part of a lot. No, maybe they weren't. Maybe I bought them all as a lot in a Ziploc bag for nothing, like 50 cents or less. They're train-related patches and buttons. And I thought they might do really well individually when I bought them. I've had them for like years probably. And they did eventually sell for $11 plus shipping. This, if I had to go back and do it again, I wouldn't pick up. I paid 50 cents for it, and it sold for $16 free shipping. But it's gonna break. I have shipped these before, and I just got to be careful with it. But there's just no way to guarantee this doesn't get a lot of pressure. I mean, I could put it in a really big box, but I think I'm gonna wrap it in this cardboard, wrap this cardboard so it would be 3 layers at least thick, and then wrap the cardboard in bubble wrap and hope for the best when I put it in a poly mailer. I mean, that's pretty strong. So 3.5 layers of cardboard and bubble wrap and a poly mailer, I think it'll be okay. But yeah, Levi killed it on some Ninja Turtle stuff. He just did enough research to figure out what every little piece was. These sold for $14 free shipping. They are to Toon Dask. And these green weapons are from a series of Toon. That's the line in the Ninja Turtles universe, in the line of Ninja Turtle toys. There's specific ones that are called Toon, and they all come with this weird TV thing, but they all have those kind of green weapons and such accessories, and they do reasonably well. They're late. The thing with Ninja Turtles is the farther along they got with making Ninja Turtles, the fewer numbers that they made of the Ninja Turtle, of each figure. And so, like, the very last one, Scratch the Cat, was the last figure to be released, or the Fortune. The one before that was, it's a Dalmatian in a fire suit, Hot Spot. And that one's really hard to get a hold of and worth quite a bit of money. These Toon ones were a couple of years before they gave up the ghost, and so they are not super common. Paid, I don't know how much for this NKOTB. It's little. It's on a really good tag. Look out for this tag, Screen Stars. And this tag comes in white and black, like the reverse of that. I think the black one is better. But this shirt feels like dead stock. It's single stitch. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I say single stitch, Like this t-shirt has 2 lines of stitching in the sleeve. This t-shirt has 1 line of stitching in the sleeve. And it's as simple as that. That makes it a single stitch. Generally speaking, single stitch means that it was made in the late 90s or earlier, but it isn't a hard and fast rule. This we got for $1 or $2, maybe $5, probably not $5, at the all kinds of retro stuff sale. I tried to convince him that he had to have some vintage clothing around to sell me, but he claimed to the contrary, so I didn't get any vintage clothes except for that and that Pepsi vest. And so those both sold pretty quickly. This is from Spoon River Drive. A Black Cat 13 Wishes Caddy Noir doll. And I'll put her in a little bit of bubble wrap, put her in a tube that the bubble wrap comes on, and send her on the way. She's sold for naked and like loose like joints. She sold for $19.99, free shipping. Series of books, generally, like, for some reason I think that these are like Christian romance. Like, not Christian romance gets spicy. These are not spicy books as far as I can tell, but they are 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's not like I read them, but they're I paid 50 cents a piece. They sold for $20. I like to pick up books in series like that for 50 cents a piece and sell them for 20. I do it all the time. I don't even know, like, I know some series to look out for, but it's not like I'm reading Oprah's book club trying to figure out what series are hot right now. My wife reads a lot, and so I know to look out for some certain stuff that she likes. But even like the books that she likes aren't necessarily always bolos. And she likes like Sarah J. Maas, who is really hot right now, and but like some of her stuff is crazy expensive, like Bolosity. But she but if you find, what I do is go in and I'm like, oh look, there's 4 of that same book, let me comp it, and is it worth my time to pick up 4 of them for 50 cents, pay $2, and make whatever they sell for, which on this was $20, and yeah, it was.